financial miracle. Listen to this. I'm sure he even got a little lucky boy in tow.
Look, Loudy is a financial genius. I know for a fact. He gave me stock advice. I made $600 last week. The man is a genius. He is a master of money. He is a guru of greatness. Looking to bring money, power, and respect back to his stable by winning the Tri-State Championship from a thusly undefeated ACPW Helter Skelter.
And Loudy, I imagine we're going to hear what he gets to do best, which is be loud and obnoxious.
Look, Loudy has every right to be. I mean, he has managed any major superstar in wrestling across the world. He has houses in Miami, Palm Beach, outside of Los Angeles. He has a penthouse in New York City. That's where money and power and respect comes from.
Making his way to the ring, of course, from parts unknown, we know Helter Skelter. He is the current Tri-State champion, and he is undefeated in these parts.
Look, Helter Skelter has been a great champion, I'll give him that. But every champion has to lose at some point. Ron Starr is the biggest challenge Helter Skelter has had to face. Ron Starr is more of a challenge than facing Larry Zbyszko, than facing Jake the Snake Roberts. All these has-been wash-ups that Helter Skelter's defeated before are nothing compared to what Ron Starr is now.
Wash-up has-beens, you're talking about a bunch of legends, greatness, the birthers of our federation are in business.
It's not what have you done for me, it's what have you done for me lately. You being a Philadelphia fan should know that.
All right, well, fine. If we want to talk about what have you done for me lately, Helter Skelter obviously has done a lot for us lately. He is the current Tri-State champion, and as I said, he's undefeated in these parts.
Look, it's because he hasn't faced any decent competition. Come on, competition. I could pin Jake the Snake Roberts. I handle a flask of whiskey and he lays down for me. That's how I would pin the donkey.
What do you mean pin Jake the Snake Roberts?
Look, Jake the Snake Roberts is a has-been, okay? Larry Zbyszko he hasn't had Cody Rollins since 1970.
Was innovator of the DDT.
Look, and the DDT is nothing more than a generic move that everybody kicks out of now, okay? Jake the Snake is a sham. I have nothing but the utmost respect for what he's done, but right now, the fact that Helter Skelter can be proud of beating a fat, drunk, washed-up man like Jake the Snake Roberts makes me sick.
We'll see what happens here. We'll see if Ron and his loudmouth, Loudy manager can possibly finally somehow find a way to take the title off of Helter Skelter.
Hey,
I don't think they will.
You gotta think the financial guru that is Loudy, if he can play the stock markets, he can definitely play the sport of professional wrestling.
Look at the swagger that Helter Skelter carries around with him. Look at Ron back into a corner already.
And that's
scared of his opponent this early.
No, he's not afraid of Helter Skelter. Who would be afraid of Helter Skelter? Look at him, he's got that ugly war paint, as you like to call it, Swift. He's nothing, he's trying to psych out Ron Starr, and Ron Starr is not having any of it.
Penny avoids the lockup again. Helter Skelter doesn't know what to think of this. This is an embarrassment to wrestling. Helter Skelter wants this match to start, and Ron Starr continues to circle about.
Look, the only way I'd be afraid of Helter Skelter is if I was Hot Topic and dressed as Marilyn Manson, okay?
Helter Skelter with spaghetti legs already. Being attacked by Ron Starr. He's back up.
Could Jake the Snake Roberts do that? I don't think so.
Oh, and a vicious clothesline from Ron Starr. Followed up by the elbow drop. Helter Skelter's down for two.
And when was the last time you saw Larry Zbyszko move like that? Not since 1975. Look at that. who does Helter Skelter have behind him? Nobody. He has himself to rely
Back
on.
suplex from Ron Starr, who stands on the top of the second rope to address the crowd.
Ron Starr is truly a star in this business. Look at him. He has Shaheem standing out there. He has Loudy. He's got Buddha backstage waiting just in case. Money, power, respect in full force tonight.
Another elbow to the abdomen of Helter Skelter.
Look at that. That is 300 pounds plus coming down on his sternum.
And a quick 2 count. Loudy again doing what he does best along the sidelines, screaming at the ref, complaining about absolutely anything he can find.
It was a slow count. It was obviously a slow count. Loudy makes a very valid point. You think a man like him would just go into something like that without thinking? No, he's a financial genius. He is a guru of the money markets. He knows what he's doing. He does not act before thinking. Never. See, and that's what real champions do. They don't let up. If they strike a glancing blow, they come back with a stronger one. That's what Ron Starr did.
Look at Loudy get involved, grabbing the opponent's throat.
Looky. Look at Helter Skelter. Look at your champion now. Look at your undefeated tri-state champion in a heap in the corner.
Helter Skelter trying to get back to a vertical basis using that second rope. Ron Starr approaches. Ron Starr grabs him again. He rebounds him off the ropes. Helter Skelter dodges out of the way. Dodges again. Helter Skelter showing some gusto with a DDT. There's your Jake the Snake Roberts.
He gets right back up. A rudimentary move now.
Helter Skelter grabs him. Goes for the Bulldog. And Ron Starr is down. Helter Skelter exits the ring, going to the top rope. Loudy screams.
Loudy, get in there, stop that. Get in there, stop that, Loudy.
The man with the obvious Napoleon complex.
It's every right to.
And an axe handle from the top. Ron Starr rolls out of the ring, grabbing the back of his neck. Obviously, devastating attack.
Look at him. Look at this. He is trying to have a war of words with Loudy, who's obviously the most intelligent man in ACPW. Helter Skelter is nothing but a face-painted buffoon. Instead of going out and attacking Ron Starr, bring him back in the ring so he can win the match, he decides to turn his attention to Loudy. Give Ron Starr a moment to recuperate. That is an imbecile. Your champion is nothing but a moron.
He's chanting in the crowd, trying to get him ready. Helter Skelter getting the crowd into chanting, coward.
Is a man catching his breath? Coward.
He is a coward. He's standing outside of the ring, staying away from his opponent.
Catching his breath.
Having to have his manager get involved and fight his own battle for him.
Helter Skelter went out to take on Loudy himself. This was not
involved well before Helter Skelter got Loudy's face. Loudy grabbed Helter Skelter in the corner.
He has his back turned. That's what he gets. He deserved that.
Loudy disregarding the ring and disturbing this match. He has no right to be there.
The first rule of professional wrestling is you never turn your back on your opponent, especially one with the size and power advantage that Ron Starr has over Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter can't help it. He has 3 opponents at the same time. He has Shaheem. He has the loudmouth Loudy. And he also has his real opponent, Ron Starr.
Yet. You're just making excuses for Helter Skelter.
You admit you've seen Loudy get involved in.
Loudy did not get involved at all.
Loudy not get involved.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Helter Skelter went out and verbally abused Loudy. How can you blame Loudy for not saying something back? For all we know, Helter Skelter tried to embarrass him.
Attacked Helter Skelter before Helter Skelter even addressed
Didn't even happen. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what match you're watching there, Wolfgang. I'm watching the one right out in front. It's not the same one that I'm watching.
Did you forget your glasses today?
I don't don't need glasses. Canadians have perfect vision.
Denial. And a cover.
Nothing illegal going on there. Nothing at all.
Ron Starr lifting his opponent. Helter Skelter puts him into a headlock. Could be going for a suplex. He's got him up. For a suplex.
Gorgeous. Did you see the hang time on Helter Skelter?
An impressive display of strength.
Can Kamala do that? No.
What a rake to the face. Again, blatantly disregarding the rules. Helter Skelter reverses. But Ron Starr again reverses into a leg sweep.
Look at that ring presence. Instead of slingshotting me into the corner, he turns that into a Russian leg sweep. A beautiful wrestling maneuver.
Loudy getting it on with the crowd. They do not like him. Oh! And the belt comes into play as Loudy nails Ron Starr. Helter Skelter covers, but Shaheen is on the rope, is on the side apron, accosting the referee. And a freak out.
That is a sham.
That
is a sham.
The fact that Loudy decided to get involved in this match by using a title and trying to attack Helter Skelter, but missed an attack.
Loudy thought the match is over. Was breathing.
He attacked his own crowd, and Shaheen still
Helter Skelter.
The referee said he couldn't get the count. No, doesn't matter.
That is a sham. That is a sham.
You're a winner and current and still tri-state champion.
No,
Helter
I demand a rematch. I cannot trust it.
You can't demand a rematch. You're a commenter. I am a commenter. That is your champion.
That is
your tri-state
I am
champion.
embarrassed by that. I'm embarrassed by the referee's decision. And Helter Skelter blatant cheating. Refusing tri-state championship.
It is karma. It is karma. Something that Loudy's clients would know a lot about. Karma. It came back to bite them in the butt.
Karma does not exist, okay? The better man did not win. If karma exists, the better man
What are you talking about? The better man obviously won.
This has
Walks back to the locker room, the current champion.
You know what? No, I'm sick and tired of your biased, arrogant